Hey yo, real quick before I start. I was a little bit sick over the past couple days, that's why there wasn't any video on Friday. Uh, but if I, hopefully I'm better, but if I sound nasally at some point, that's why. Or if there's a weird pause in the music where it jumps, it probably just means I paused to blow my nose or something. Anyway. Saturday finally comes, and not a moment too soon. I'm left standing by myself in front of the train station. Despite still being in spring, the hot, humid air is more reminiscent of summer. I stand in a small patch of shade, desperately fanning myself with my own hand to avoid dying of a heat stroke. So far, I haven't been very successful. Shoichi made the last-minute decision that we should all go out this weekend to spend some quality time with friends. Of course, this time we made sure to check if Saya would be available to go out this weekend. It was tough for her, but she managed to make some adjustments to her schedule to have her afternoon shift covered today. Which brings me to where I am now. Where the hell is everyone? My phone's clock tells me it's already 9:40. They were supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. I think I'm starting to have deja vu. Yuichi-san! Yep, definitely a deja vu. June's voice echoes from amidst the crowd, making me turn my head sideways to search for him. My eyes finally find him walking towards me. Kei-kun also seems to be walking right behind him. Shh! Don't scream out in the middle of the street, you idiot! Ah! Realization dawns on him. The tiger then covers his mouth with both of his hands. Many of the passers-by are now staring at the two of them in curiosity. Sorry. Kei-kun starts bowing frantically to every person that happens to sneak a glance. Meanwhile, June starts fidgeting around where he stands. From the look on his face, I'd say he just realized how many people are actually around here at the time. Now, my arm is the one having a deja vu. Why are you two causing a commotion first thing in the morning? It takes me a while to make my way around the people who have somewhat stopped moving to look at the two morons who just caused a scene. It's not like this was my idea. He just screamed out all of a sudden. June is fidgeting in place, his eyes glued to the floor in embarrassment. I try giving him an encouraging pat on the back. Don't worry about it so much. Just try not to stand out that much next time. My words seem to have the opposite effect. Oh well, nothing I can do about that. By the way, Kei-kun, have you seen Shoichi yet? If I had, don't you think he'd be with us already? Good point. Well, it was worth a shot anyway. Can we go someplace less crowded? I see June shaking as he tries to reach for my arm, which I quickly move away from his grasp. No, sorry, I love my arm way too much to let you do that again. Jeez, I can understand not liking crowds. I myself feel claustrophobic in them, but this is too much. Yuichi-san, please get him somewhere more quiet before he has a mental breakdown. I'll wait for Arata here. Ah, alright then. Thanks, Kei-kun. Come on, June, let's go to that sweet shop we visited last time. Not even capable of forming complete sentences anymore. Got it. As we go inside, the sweet smell of cinnamon pleasantly tickles my nose. Well, I don't remember smelling anything like this last time. Welcome to... Yukun! Standing behind the counter is the class rep, who flashes us a radiant smile as we come closer. Class rep? What are you doing here? Oh my, that's true. You don't know about it. My family actually owns this store, so I help around part-time. She finally notices June standing next to me, clinging to my shirt and quaking from his fear of crowds. Oh dear, what happened to poor June-kun? Crowds. Despite my incredibly short explanation, she gives me a knowing smile, grabbing a bonbon from behind the counter and walking over to us. June-kun, would you like a sweet? It's on the house. Her warm smile and the smell of the chocolate snap June out of his trance. He looks her up and down and shyly takes the bonbon from her hand. Thank you. She puts a hand on her cheek, giggling cheerfully. He's so cute, isn't he? June finally lets go of my shirt, carefully unwrapping the small truffle in his hand and popping it in his mouth. So, Rep. Oh, no need to call me that when we're out of school. Just call me Aya-chan. Ayako-san. We actually came by last week and we didn't see you. I usually work here after class on weekdays and in the morning on Saturdays. Could it be that you came around on a Sunday? I usually have that day off. Yeah, that was it. Still, your family owns this shop, huh? Wow, must be pretty good money having a business right in the main street. Oh, yes. And we also have some of the best sweets in town. If I do say so myself. I'm actually training to inherit this shop from my grandfather. I try imagining the class rep as a business owner. Somehow her lax personality doesn't seem to fit the ruthless image of a business owner I have in mind. What kind of sweets do you sell here anyway? Last time we came around, we only saw traditional Japanese sweets. Ah, yes, we mainly sell those, but we also make some Western sweets too. Nowadays, you have to market to every crowd you can. And if I'm being honest, I happen to prefer the Western sweets anyway. By the way, June-kun, the one you just ate is one of our new confections. It's a sweet milk cinnamon dough filled with dulce de leche and covered in chocolate. We started selling it just last week and have been selling out of it every day. Wow, it sounds like it's become pretty popular. How much does it cost? Let me pay for June's. Don't be silly. I couldn't possibly charge you for that. Though, if you're insistent on buying something, we do have a display of samples you can try. I glance at June, who is entranced watching a rotating display of cakes and hasn't even registered our conversation going on around him. I much prefer him like this, so I think I'd rather stay indoors for now. Sure, why not? While I'm distracted trying some samples and chit-chatting with the class rep, the sudden ringing of the bell by the door grabs my attention. There you two are. Seriously, at least answer your phone. I turn around to see Shoichi and Kei-kun standing at the door. Oh, hello, Shokun, Kei-chan. Kei-chan? Yako-chan? I didn't know you were working part-time, too. Well, sort of. My family owns this store, you see, so I help around when I can. Would you guys like to try some samples, too? She smiles so warmly that it's hard not to feel at ease in her presence. I completely take back what I said. She has a natural gift as a saleswoman. Shuichi and Kei-kun look at each other for a few seconds, as if pondering what to do, before finally shrugging and walking over to the display. Well, I've already decided what I'm gonna get. Ayako-san, could you give me 2 of each of these sweets I've tried? Oh my, that's a lot. Are you sure about this, Yuku? Beyond me to try and decide what you can or can't do, but I'd imagine all that sugar wouldn't be good for an athlete. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna eat all of them by myself. I'm taking some for my brother and my mother, too. Ah, I see. What a good son and brother you are. Alright. Would you like me to pack them inside a paper bag or a sweets box? The box costs extra, but it makes for a great gift. How about you pack these 4 in the bag and the rest in the box? That way I can eat mine without unpackaging the box. Ah, yes, good choice. Just a second. She comes back in less than a minute with my order neatly packed in a brown paper bag and a box filled with sweets in her other hand. Here you go. It'll be 2010 yen. Okay, just a sec. Ah. I look back and see June still walking up and down the shop, looking at all the sweets in sight. Good thing we're the only ones here. Otherwise, I can imagine how disturbing this would be for the other patrons. June, is there something you want? I'll buy it for you. Ah! Really? I nod and his whole face just lights up. What? Yuichi, how come you don't make me the same offer? You have the money to buy your own sweets. Stop being a mooch. Shut up! Do you two just go looking for a reason to squabble, or does it just come naturally to you? Well, I'm glad to see you're all just as energetic outside of school as you are inside of it. I'm not. You're not the one who has to deal with them all day. Shut up! Oh my, you two are more compatible than I thought. The two both look at each other at the same time, before they both look away with a huff. Why are you making it worse? I'm sorry. It just gets really dull here sometimes. June sheepishly walks up to the counter. Yuichi-san? Can I take one of each of these? I want to bring some for my parents, too. June points to an array of assorted sweets. Among them, some bonbons, cakes, mochi. Is this really all you're taking? For you and your parents? He nods slowly. From the way that he stares longingly at them, I can already imagine he's embarrassed of asking for more. I can only imagine he'd be even more embarrassed if I suddenly decide to ignore his request and buy him more than that. I'll just stick with what he asked. Well, you heard him, Ayako-san. Can you give me what he asked for inside a box? Ayako-san nods, going out to the back for about a minute. It doesn't take her too long to come back, handing me a very neatly packed box of sweets. Even the way they're arranged inside the packaging seems organized to look as pretty as possible. I'd have to admit, she makes a really good store owner. That'll be 1730 yen. The price of the box is included, of course. I nod, fishing inside my wallet for two 2,000 yen bills and handing them over to her. She makes change in the blink of an eye, returning the money back to me. Thank you for your patronage. What about you, boys? Have you decided on anything? As the two make their orders, I hand June sweets to him inside a plastic bag. Here, enjoy. June takes the bag, blushing a bit. His smile makes me melt. Thank you, Yuichi-san. I really appreciate it. As soon as he says that, he turns around and goes stand in a corner. I can see his tail fidgeting around. My, he's so cute when he's embarrassed. It gets old. Really? I don't think so. Do you two have to disagree on everything? They turn around to look at each other, snapping their eyes at me at exactly the same time. Like some creepy movie animatronic. Yes! Okay, I'm gonna go stand in a corner as far away from the creepy twins as I can. Once we have no more excuse to hang around Ayako-san's shop, the four of us head back outside, glad for a little break we were afforded. Thankfully, it's not that busy around here anymore. Can we go someplace else now? I don't like being out in the street. We've barely stepped out and the tiger's already shifting around uncomfortably. Wow, he's a lot more sensitive to this kind of thing than I thought. You know, you're gonna have to get used to this sooner or later. The school trip is about 4 months away, sure, but we've never gone anywhere that wasn't at least twice the size of Saitama. At the mention of the school trip, June whines pitifully, making me roll my eyes in frustration.
Ah, that's true. We have the school trip in July, huh? I need to talk to my father about it.
Has the school already revealed where your class is going to?
Yeah, they did yesterday. It's Paris.
Shuichi whistles in admiration. Maybe they'll make the third year somewhere interesting this year, too. Last year we went to the Chiba prefecture. Didn't we go to Hong Kong when we were freshmen? Oh, yeah. Isaiah got food poisoning from some questionable dumplings and spent the rest of the trip in bed.
All right. Don't eat any foods that haven't been prepared by a reputable restaurant. I'll keep that in mind.
I think it has less to do with the restaurant's reputation and more to do with us. Japanese people have pretty fragile stomachs. It doesn't take much to get us sick. Over 80% of Japan's population is lactose intolerant. You can't really expect much from our stomachs.
What am I supposed to do then? Not eat?
Stick to the food the hotel staff prepares, I'd say.
What is even the point of visiting a foreign country then?
The point is actually going around instead of staying stuck to your bed with indigestion.
Okay, you win this time.
I feel someone grabbing onto my arm. When I look back, I see June at the edge of a breakdown, clinging desperately to me. Oh no, not this again. He starts squeezing my arm again. I can already feel the blood flow being cut off. Okay, let's move it, people. I don't want to lose my arm. Shuichi pulls out his phone. It's still a bit early. Saya asked us to come to the diner for lunch so she could join us after her shift ends. But it's still way too early for lunch. Where should we go?
There's a library nearby. How about we go there?
Really? A library? On our day off? We should go somewhere place we can relax. How about we go to a tea parlor? There's a good one a couple of streets away.
No, thank you. I've never been to a single restaurant that didn't serve the absolute most disgusting tea.
You don't have to drink the tea. You can just have some snacks.
Lunch is in less than 2 hours. We shouldn't be stuffing ourselves with food.
We can show up a bit later. They serve lunch until 2 p.m. anyway. There'd be no point going in too early because we'd have to wait around anyway.
Anywhere's fine.
He squeezes harder. Crap, my arm's tingling.
Ow, 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 ow. Just pick someplace already. I don't care where. Why don't we have Yuichi-san choose then? It'd be easier than arguing about it.
That sounds like a good idea. What do you think? I don't think I've actually done the tea shop yet. Look, I'm not a huge fan of tea either, but the idea of going to a library on my day off is just... no.
Oh, come on. They have fantasy there too.
Yeah, but we're going out as friends. What would be the point of doing that if we're just going to go into another corner and read by ourselves?
Ah.
Yes, I knew you'd understand.
Yeah, great. Can we please go already? I can barely feel my arm anymore.
Oh, sure. Good guys, follow my lead. That means you stay put, Urishihara.
Har har, very funny. Just lead the way already.
Shuichi leads us to a small, secluded shop that is a little distant from the main street. The place is mostly empty. Not that I can imagine a tea shop being packed, but the inside looks as far removed from a Japanese tea shop as I can imagine. As soon as we walk in, we are greeted by a small wolf boy who doesn't look to be much older than us.
Welcome, can I get you anything?
He flashes us a toothy smile and hands us a small flyer with the entire menu. Wow, it's really compact.
Ah, Hirata-kun, it's nice to see you again. Been a while since you last came by.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot recently.
Busy with schoolwork again? You seem to disappear a couple of times a year when things start getting hectic.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Plus, senior year and all that. The pressure to get into a good college just eats up even more of my free time. Shuichi, introduce us. Oh, right. Everyone, this is Tadanori-senpai. He was one of my seniors on the volleyball club back when I was a freshman. Tadanori-senpai, this is everyone. You call that an introduction? I'd have gotten more useful information out of a name tag. Well, we don't use name tags here. This is just a small tea shop after all. And you are? Keisuke Urushihara. Nice to meet you. Ah, from the Urushihara Corporation, right? Didn't know Urata-kun was friends with such a big shot. Big shot? That's not... I'm Yuichi Michimiya. It's a pleasure to meet one of Shuichi's former teammates. The wolf's smile widens, flashing us some teeth. Ah, so you're the famous Yuichi I heard so much about when I was in the club with Urata-kun here. Tadanori-senpai, not now. The wolf flashes a devious look as he turns away from Shuichi. Urata-kun here used to talk about you a lot. I think I heard your name more often than any of my teammates that year. It's Tadanori-senpai. Don't be so uptight, Urata-kun. You should enjoy your youth while you still have it. You would be more believable if you weren't laughing right now. Why don't you guys have a seat and call me over when you're ready to order? Shuichi immediately begins pushing us towards some faraway seats. His attempt at getting us away from Tadanori-san is praiseworthy, but also incredibly obvious. Well, that was something. Keikun speaks up once we're finally seated. Say, Shuichi, did you really talk about me? Shut up! Shuichi buries his red face in his arms. You keep saying that, and it's gonna turn into your catchphrase. Shuichi shoots him a dirty look, but Keikun cuts him off before he gets to say anything. Yeah, shut up, got it. Hey, Jun, what are you thinking so hard about? Huh? Oh, I was trying to decide what I can order from the menu. At least it's not crazy expensive in here. I can pay for you if you want. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't want to turn into a mooch. Unlike some people. Hey, I'm not a mooch. Funny you'd say that, considering I never mentioned any names. Well, I guess if the shoe fits. Don't go around thinking you're oh so slick. I know who you were talking about. Hey, if the shoe fits. I'll stuff the shoe down your throat. Boy, that escalated quickly. Sometimes I wonder how you two manage to be friends. Who says we're friends? That does. They both look at each other in the eye and then look away in disgust. Getting some real creepy twins vibes from you two. Shuichi groans. Seriously though, you two are oddly in sync today. Well, we can't disagree about everything all the time. That's the exact opposite of what you said earlier. Well, life's full with contradictions. Could you please try making sense? Anyway, what are you guys thinking of ordering? I'm gonna go with, let me guess, green tea. Bingo! Keikun examines his flyer with the undivided attention you'd see from someone reading a very good book. Keikun? That's a very intense look on your face right now. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just... I don't think I can go with these. Just looking at the cost of these, I am quite sure they'll be terrible quality. He tosses his menu back on the table, leaning back in his seat with a heavy sigh. How can you know it'd be bad based on just the cost? The tea I drink is easily 50 times the cost of these. 50? What the hell do you drink? I'll just get a coffee. They don't really have anything of note other than a ridiculous amount of types of tea. Yeah. This place is kind of lacking in drinks other than tea. They sort of aim towards people who love tea the most. It's one of the biggest selections in the city. I'm sure we could find something you like if we... I'll have a coffee. Okay. And certainly nothing but coffee. I don't appreciate the mockery. Too bad. I do. Just when it looks like they're going to start arguing again. Could you two cut it out? There are people staring at us. The two start looking around and realize that most of the people in the tea shop are staring intently at them. Sorry. Every single time. Well, of course people would notice. This place is dead quiet. Any sound becomes easy to notice. How did you realize they were staring at us, though? You didn't lift your eyes from the menu. I have good hearing. I heard people whispering about us. Oh, great. We barely just came here and already we're being talked about. You should keep your voice down then, if you don't want that. Jeez, I've never seen Jun-kun being this blunt before. Well, I don't like having attention drawn to myself, and you guys are getting everyone to look at us, so I'm feeling a bit displeased. They fall into bewildered silence for a few seconds. Is it just me, or does the fact he's always goofy just make this now look even more serious? We all nod in agreement. I think I'm gonna go with the oolong tea. It's not too expensive, and I tend to like it. Can I maybe afford something to eat, too? I also have to eat lunch later. We all exchange glances between each other, silently sharing our thoughts. Please, let us pay for your food. What? No, I don't want to take advantage. We'll beg if we have to. But... No buts, we're paying for it. Before he can disagree, I call Tadanori-san over to our table. Hey, you guys ready to order? Yeah. Can I have an oolong tea, a green tea, 2 coffees, and a rice cracker platter for the 4 of us? Tadanori-san writes our order on a small notepad and then taps it with his pen a few times. Okay, I'll be right back with your order. He walks back to the kitchen, first stopping by the front door to receive some other people who just arrived. There, I ordered. Now we'll have a shared plate of snacks to eat, and it'll be a waste for you not to eat them. But... You didn't have to order for me. Don't worry about it. It wasn't any trouble. No, seriously, you shouldn't have. I hate rice crackers. Is there anything you actually like? In this tea shop? I hardly think so. Seriously. Rich guy who hates tea. That's rich. Again, I don't hate tea, but I refuse to drink swill. You don't need to call it swill. Other people drink it and like it, you know. Not me. I guess classism really is alive and well. What? I'm not classist. You're not? My mistake. I seem to have you confused for the other rich hair that's calling the stuff we drink low-class swill, and going on and on about how what he usually drinks is much pricier. I never called it low class. You know, for a guy who looks so cute and innocent, you do have a way of cutting into conversation at the exact moment you can cause the most damage. He looks awfully cheeky smiling like that. Well, ignoring His Majesty's pickiness. Hey! I was thinking of visiting the park. The cherry trees are supposed to be in bloom today. Ah! Jun's eyes are nearly sparkling with excitement at hearing those words. It's been years since the last time I saw the cherry trees. Well, I guess at least one of us is excited for it. It's the same thing every year. Seriously, did you come along just to complain? Actually, I was planning on getting new strings for my racket, but that works too. Ugh, remind me again, why do I still invite you to these things? Because you love me. Shuichi face palms. You two look like an old married couple. Shut up! Okay. Anyway, Saya's supposed to get off her shift at 1, and then she'll have her own lunch, so I think we'll be leaving the diner at about 2 or so. So if we leave the diner at about 2:05, we should get to the park by 2:30. That is assuming the train isn't late, of course. Okay, what exactly are we supposed to do at the park? Sightseeing. We see those sights every year. Yeah, I know, but Jun-kun was living in a different town for the past 6 years, and it's been a while since he's visited the Omiya Park. I figured he'd enjoy walking around and visiting the stalls. And are the rest of us supposed to die of boredom in the meantime? We'll be walking around the park in a group of 5 people. If you manage to get bored doing that, then you certainly deserve a prize. Keisuke places his head down on the desk and groans loudly. Again, people whispering. Sorry. Look, it's all well and good that you've planned out this whole outing for Kobayashi's sake, but aren't we all supposed to be enjoying ourselves here? Going out in this ridiculous heat to a park that's far as hell from my house just to see some cherry trees I see every single day is pushing it. They're not even all that they're cooked up to be. It's not really all that fun. What's wrong with the cherry tree? No, don't. I'll tell you what's wrong with them. Shuichi and I both groan loudly. Back when I first moved into my current house, my father decided the best way to make me feel comfortable was to have a bunch of cherry blossoms planted just outside the garden at our house. Wait, you actually had cherry blossoms planted at your house? Yes, now please, let me finish. Anyway, eventually when the trees grew big enough to blossom, he decided to invite a bunch of his friends to come appreciate the sight. Those friends of his, of course, had to bring their horrible spoiled kids with them. So, while the adults were outside taking a tour through our cherry blossom garden, I was forced to stay inside with this big mean bulldog kid who kept tormenting me for the whole day. And when they were finally gone, my dad told me they'd be repeating this tour for the rest of the week. So? What do you mean, so? Cherry blossoms are the reason I was bullied for a whole week as a kid. That's your big reason? Yep, it is. Well, that's ridiculous. Also, yep. Hey, none of you were there. I don't care if I wasn't there. What sort of backwards logic did you use to end up blaming the cherry blossoms? What's wrong with you? What? Now you're just being mean. Well, you're dead inside. Should I come back later? Oh, damn. We didn't even notice him coming back. Oh, not at all. Actually, do you have any popcorn? This is hysterical. Shh. Yeah, shut it. I got it. Just get back to fighting. What? I wasn't... But I... Only then did Jun finally realize that his little outburst had landed everyone's eyes directly on him. Sorry. Tadanori-san sets our bowl of crackers and our beverages on the table and leaves us. Well, that's a way of stopping an argument. Who says I was trying to stop it? I pick one of the crackers and plop it in my mouth, smiling smugly at Shuichi. Well, at least one of us is having fun. So much fun. Well, since you enjoyed that, why don't we talk about the stupid things you hate for a second? Go right ahead, I have no such things. Oh yeah. One word, milk. What? It tastes weird. No, it doesn't. It tastes like milk. I'd understand if you were allergic, but you're not. You hate milk? Hey, don't laugh at me, Mr. I hate cherry trees. Keisuke opens his mouth to say something, but no words come out from it. He ends up leaning back in his seat again and looking away. Okay, this is how you want to play, huh? Well, Shuichi hates rock music. Why? Dude, you hate rock music? It's just noise. Guys. Tadanori-san shows up once again, a perplexed look on his face. Would you please keep it down? The other patrons are complaining about you. Sorry. After giving us the warning, he walks away, leaving all of us looking awkwardly to the sides, to the disapproving faces of the other patrons. You're right, this is funny. We all start glaring at him, causing him to stop laughing and look down awkwardly. Look, I'm sure we all got a little bit carried away. How about we just pretend nothing ever happened? Okay. We sit around in uncomfortable silence, looking down at the table without touching our food. I once caught Arata dancing in the student council room when he thought no one was around. No! We all turn to stare at Shuichi. You want to play with fire? I can play with fire, Urushihara, on... Please, let's not do this again. But he started it. I don't care. Behave. Fine. Seriously, though. Dancing? I was bored. What sort of dance was it? No kid... Tango. Why? Wow. Alright, you behave too. It's bad enough that I have to chaperone one man-child. I don't need a second one on my back. Are you calling me a man-child? What? No. Not explicitly. What? You suck. Thank you. That wasn't a compliment. Too bad, I took it as one. Just shut up and eat. Alright. I grab a handful of rice crackers and cram them all into my mouth. Like this? I sound like I'm speaking complete gibberish because of all the food in my mouth. And I'm the man-child. No, the Lich Boss is in the Forbidden Graveyard, actually. Okay, I got that mixed up. No, the Lich Boss in the Forbidden Graveyard actually changes elemental affinity every time you hit his weakness. So you have to recast Libra every time you perform a super effective hit. Oh, that explains it. I thought he was just some sort of super boss who became immune to his elemental weakness after you hit it once. Nah, that would just be lazy game design. If they did it like that, you'd have to grind for over 5 hours just to stand a chance of using non-elemental attacks. You should also unequip all elemental equipment and rely only on magic casters to get you through it. So what party setup would you recommend for that fight? Well, the standard would be... For the past 10 or 20 minutes, Shuichi and I sat in silence, hearing those two have an excited discussion about the latest installment of the Fantasy Universe series. There has been no chance for us to either weigh in or change the subject whatsoever. But wouldn't having 3 wizards for that fight make you way too vulnerable to non-elemental magic? As long as you have a cleric with the elemental conversion spell, you should be good. Ah, in that case I could also try... Shuichi taps me on the shoulder, leaning in and whispering in my ear. Do you understand anything they're saying? All I can get from this conversation is that K-kun likes RPGs and I apparently do not. Even though I actually do like them. This conversation is just so incredibly boring. I've gotten into RPGs before, but never like this. You know, I was actually thinking of trying that game, but I think I'm over it. I hadn't really thought about it this way. So in the ending, you think they'd notice if we slipped away? I think they wouldn't notice a bomb dropping on the top of us. What do you say we pay for the bill and leave? You don't think that would be a little rude? You know what other game I'm looking forward to try? Dungeon Master 3. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the series. Oh, screw this, I'm out. Shuichi gets up to leave and I decide to follow behind him. We barely managed to take 2 steps when... What do you think, Shuichi-san? Shuichi-san? For the first time since their conversation started, someone decides they want our input on it. Damn it. Where are you two going? Well, how can I... When it seems that his brain is frozen trying to look for a response, I slap him atop the head. We were going to the bathroom. That seemed to work, but... Together? Yeah. Why? Well, Yuichi wanted to show me something. What? What? Yeah. Yuichi said there was something on his butt that he wanted me to show me. Right, Yuichi? No, you psycho! Jesus, how can you be that bad at lying? You were going to ditch us, weren't you? Yes. No. Shuichi immediately turns to me, bewildered. Why? Oh, please. Like they were going to believe us after that stupid excuse you made up. Oh, we're going to the bathroom because he's going to show something on his butt. What are you, 8? You suck at lying. What? No, I don't. Yes, you do. You kind of do, yeah. Shuichi hangs his shoulders, defeated. Why were you ditching us? Oh, were we talking too much? I'm sorry, I didn't notice. So, basically, you drag us all the way here with the pretense of having a good time, and when we finally are doing just that, you decide that it's annoying and try to run away. That's kind of crappy of you two. But I didn't... It was Yuichi's idea. Hey! Sorry, I just had to get the attention off of me. Didn't really work. You know what? Let's just move on. I want to swing by the sports gear store anyway. What? Wait, who says we're going there? You dragged me out to do something I hate, and then tried to ditch me in a tea shop you wanted to come to in the first place. Need I say more? Let's just go to the damn store. Oh, yay! I've never been to a sporting goods store before. I guess I could use some new tennis shoes anyway. Do you even have money in your budget for that? I've been saving up for it. I just wasn't planning on buying it this month. Oh, wait. Is there even time for us to go around the shops before we get to the diner? Shuichi pulls his phone out of his pocket and presses the button, lighting up the screen. Well, it's still 11 a.m. I think we can walk around for a bit and still be there by 1 p.m. Saya should get off work around that time, so she might even be able to join us to eat. I wouldn't bet on that happening, but sure, 2 hours to walk around should be plenty of time. We all walk to the counter and pay our bill. Jun tries one more time to convince us to let him pay for his portion, but we just ignore him. Please come again. Tadanori-san sees us off with a cheerful grin and a bow, waving as we leave the store. I think I'll split this day into 2 episodes, because I think there's still a lot left of this one, so it can at least fill another episode, probably. Hopefully. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. I like voicing their bickering. It's very silly. So I hope to see you next time. Bye!